All right. So weekly Q&A call. You can apply if you go to this link. You know this by now. So we have some very simple guidelines if you haven't been on this call before. So if you have a question, you can just raise your hand. And we have some new faces here today as well. So that's awesome to see. I look forward to speaking with you guys. And also when you ask a question, it's always easiest if you are just like to the point. So it's very easy that you want to like tell the whole backstory. It's normally not mandatory or needed. So just ask the question and we can discuss the main thing. And there will be more and more people joining these calls. So it's great if we can just respect people's time and ask a question, then leave or give time for other people to ask their question, and then we can circle back. You can ask as many questions as you want. So these are just some guidelines to follow, but obviously we want to have some fun on these calls as well. So we normally do like we get to business first, and then we can discuss whatever. Normally we discuss whatever at the end. So these calls run for at least 2 hours. So I'm going to be here for as long as needed. And we also do a monthly SMMA contest, right? So this is something that is running every single month. And it's only for the people inside of the Q&A calls right here. And it renews every single month. So we did one back in December. And now we have a new one that started. It ends January 31st, essentially. And how you win is that we basically reward winners, right? So the one who makes like the biggest transformation or close to the most new clients or whatever it might be will win. It's not necessarily the one who makes the most money, but it's more so for the people that make a big transformation. But with that said, you can win multiple times in a row. And the winner takes it all. So it's $1,000 on the line. And that's what you can win essentially. And I pay that myself personally, and it's impossible to lose. So I do this because I want you guys to give it all and get clients and actually go for it. So I want to have a price pool that you can kind of motivate yourself with. But even if you don't win $1,000, if you close some clients, you will win anyways, right? And the way you enter the contest is that you just post about your wins inside of the community with the hashtag wins so that other people see it. And that's how we start to inspire others to take action as well. And yeah, it's only for the people on those Q&A calls that can win essentially. And the first one was Cam England, who won that one. And then we're going to have the second one here in January as well. And Cam is here today as well. That's awesome. So special thing for today's call. I just want to mention something. I'm thinking about doing like a super quick presentation for those Q&A calls because this is something that is super important. And I don't know if you guys are doing this already, but the goal setting and mindset is huge. It's like the absolute biggest thing. It's even bigger than learning all of the skills. And maybe you know that I recommend Think and Grow Rich and read that book and so on and so forth. But the way I recommend to do goals and mindset, and the way that I talk about in Think and Grow Rich as well, is just to, first of all, decide upon what you really want and think big. So have a pen and paper, like what do you want? It can be, health, wealth, and happiness are like the main things that you can think about. But also the dream should be almost too big. It should scare you almost, right? So don't think too small, think very big. And it can be material things or where do you want to live, et cetera, et cetera. Also, when will you achieve this, right? So what's the time frame? Where will you be in 6 months, 12 months, 24 months, 5 years, 10 years? Do you want a life where you fly around like private jets, live in Dubai and wear like Patek Philippe watches or Jacob & Co watches and drive Bugattis or whatever that might be? Like think big, think super big. And not everybody want to live that specific life, obviously, but think big. Or do you want to give away a lot of money, or do you want to start a big company? Think super big. And also, what's your plan? So this is the most important thing. So what's your exact plan to get there? And in the beginning, you don't really know the exact plan, right? And that's completely fine, but you can still set up a plan that you're going to have a service-based business to begin with this course, for example. As you make more money, you can start to reinvest that. Maybe you buy your first apartment. That can be one of your first investments, let's say, where you like start to build up your net worth. What do you want to have? What type of net worth do you want to have? Do you want to invest in stocks? Do you want to start to learn to invest in crypto? Like think about these things. And if you fail to plan, you will plan to fail essentially, right? But it's very important to have a plan. So you can have an exact plan for the next year with this course, let's say, but then over 5 or 10 years, it can be a little bit more abstract, right? Because you don't really know what to do, but it's still good to have that plan in place. And also a really good thing is to know, like, what will you give back? What can you give back to your family and loved ones, but also other people, like charity? Do you want to donate a lot of money, or what will you give back to other people? And the main goal when you do all of this, because this is the most powerful thing that you need to keep in mind, is that you need to figure out how you yourself can become a very powerful force of positivity in the world. That's really the only way that you can win, essentially. So how can you make a change for a lot of people or for few people? It doesn't really matter. That's up to you and your dream, obviously. But the only way that you can help yourself is to help others, essentially. It's like a natural law. You can't really escape that. So if you want to have a great life for yourself, you just need to figure out how to be powerful, positive force that actually helps people. And the service-based business is great for that, but then obviously you can make it bigger and expand upon it with investments and so on and so forth. And then also what you want to do when you have all of this decided, you want to write it down, all of the answer to these questions. You don't have to like do it question by question, but you can write it down as like a text. You contemplate upon it. You can use images in this text as well. If you want to make it alive, you can do like a Google Docs. You write this down, and then you can have some images. And this text should really like inspire you and motivate you. This text should be your ultimate desire and your definite chief aim. This is like your dream life. So if you're not stoked about this text, then you need to redo it, because you really need to write down what your dream life is. And then you basically read this text at least twice every single day. So before you go to bed, you review this text. You can print it. You can have it beside your bed. You can have it in like your Google Drive on your phone, so you can review it on your phone. And then you just review this every morning and every night for at least 30 to 60 days. But obviously you want to continue to do this for the rest of your life, really. And also what you can do is that you can start to meditate, clear your head, visualize stuff. It's also super important. Or you just want to start to think about this more and more and more. So that's just something I wanted to talk about quickly today. And if you have any more questions about that, we can discuss that. But this is super important, because if you have a shitty mindset, it doesn't matter how much you know about like tips and tricks and high level or whatever that might be, or funnels or ads. This is what makes the difference, essentially. All right, so let's start the Q&A. So I'm going to stop my share, and then we can just you can just raise your hand and we can dig into it. And I'm going to invite the person here. All right, let's start with Yusuf. Let's go.
Yeah, hello Max, how are you doing?
It is good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I have a pretty basic question, because I'm just wondering, what's the difference between the 5-hour-long course in YouTube and the course in your website? Like,
yeah, great question. Yeah, so basically what I did is that for YouTube, I just took like week number 1 and I just removed all of the intros and outros and I just posted it there. But in the course on the website, there's more modules. So there's like the module 1, which is the tech stuff, the high level, module 2, which is the basics, the niche, the media buyer. So there's basically more on the website versus on the YouTube video, if that makes sense.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. All right, let's see. All right, Nicholas, nice to meet you. Let's see, I think you're, let's see, ask to unmute.
My man, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Nice to meet you.
Hi, how you doing? Nice to meet you
it
too.
Is good.
So basically my question was about LLC formation and EIN number, regards to like, is that necessary to set up, and do we need like an EIN number in order to make transactions?
Good question. Like, I'm not going to be the right person to ask about that, really, like all of that stuff. I have a Swedish company, or I have a couple of them actually. But like, I started a company before really I got my first client, or I had like a client here in Sweden and I was making some money and I decided that I wanted to go for it. And then I started my business. So it's really up to you. You can start close clients though and make some money. It's really up to you when you want to start your LLC. Ultimately you should, right? But it's good to have some cash flow coming in as well before, I would say.
Okay. So just something that goes along with that, like when we do start our LLC, what's the difference between what the company makes and how I would pay myself? Do you know a little bit about that?
Yeah, so basically, again, I don't want to give any tax advice or anything like that. You should use, but basically you use your company and you get money into your company, right? And then from your company, you can pay yourself as a salary, and then you have to pay taxes, obviously, when you pay yourself. But what's really good as well, the really big perk of like starting a business and having an LLC is that you can make a lot of purchases to your business, right? So if you want a new computer, or if you want to, I don't know, if you're doing YouTube videos and you want to use a new camera or a new phone, all of that stuff you can just buy in your business without taxing on that money, right? Or without paying tax. So yeah.
All right.
If that makes sense. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
No worries. All right, let's continue with Anas. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Max. My question is about, do you think there is alternatives to SMS campaigns? Because it's extremely difficult to set it up in France, in Europe in general. I don't know.
Yes. So if it doesn't work, then I would just stick with the email ones, with the follow-up campaigns. I mean, I assume they mean the automations, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because we had a guy that we talked about the French market last week as well regarding phone numbers, but
yeah, it's Yusuf. Yeah, I know him. We told also.
Oh, cool. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. I would contact like High Level in their chat or something like that, or use their help docs. So it's help.gohighlevel.com, and see if they have any article on that.
Yeah.
And I did an interview with Sean Clark as well, and I know that they're doing more things for like international clients, like they're adding more alternatives to Stripe and so on and so forth, because they have a lot of people that can't use Go High Level from different countries. So I think they're gonna do something to make it more international for other countries. But yeah, they should. But if it doesn't work right now, I'm not sure. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. Cameron, how's it going?
Hello, how are we doing?
It is good. It is good. It's good.
Good stuff. Well, I don't have a question. I just wanted to share this thing that is really good in terms of mindset, because I know a lot of things that the biggest thing that I think people struggle with is genuinely believing that they will be wealthy and that they can make it work. Because I struggled with that for a while, you know. You want to do it, but then you don't necessarily believe that you can do it. And the best way, I see it on this video from Alex Hormozi, it's by building an undeniable stack of proof that you are who you say you are. So you've got to outwork your own self-doubt. So it's not through, you know, while some people believe in affirmations and things, telling yourself you're going to be rich in the mirror 100 times a day, but not taking action on it is not going to put you anywhere, move you forward as such. So by writing things down and actually following through with everything you say and building that undeniable stack of self-proof, that is how you build self-belief. I just wanted to add that in there for anybody that's struggling on the mindset kind of things. Awesome.
Yeah. I agree 100%. Like without action, nothing happens, right? And you gain confidence. I feel like when you do stuff, you gain confidence from it.
Yes, 100%. I agree.
Yeah, because you can understand that you can do it. But also what I have found as well, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the affirmations, but just sometimes it can be hard to believe, just that you said, right? It's hard to believe that you can be successful. So it can help to just kind of, I like to visualize stuff. You can kind of set yourself into the future and kind of start to see that you can drive that car, you can live in that home or whatever, because it's, at least myself in the beginning, you almost feel like you're not worthy of that stuff. But as you start to think about it more, then
I agree. And then when you start to associate yourself around people that are kind of aligned with your goals and things as well, it's a big environmental thing, because you are who you hang around with. It's as simple as that, really.
Yes, exactly. I have a coach that I'm working with right now, Andrew, who's helping me with financing and investing and such. And just by rubbing shoulders with him, it has helped me tremendously. Not necessarily just what he taught me, but just being around him and listening to him and how he talks about investments and stuff. It kind of gets into my brain and I start to see more stuff around that. So it's huge, actually.
And I agree with that, like visualization thing as well. Like I'll just be going about my day and visualizations will just come into my head. And I'm like, I'd literally tell myself, this will fucking happen. There's no doubt about it in my mind that I'll be sat on this balcony and I will do this that I've literally just visualized. It will happen. And I believe it as well. So, I mean, that just happens through, you know, building that stack of self-proof, you know.
And it's fun as well. It's so much fun to live in a dream where you see yourself successful than just, because most people do the opposite, right? You think about the past failures and stuff and you feel like shit. So it's either or in my,
literally as well. And then when you actually, I mean, I know there's a lot of people, how do I put this? A lot of people are depressed in our day and age. But in my opinion, what I've found true happiness in is literally going for something that I know will fulfill me. Do you know what I'm saying? feel like when you actually start to achieve those small goals towards, you know, the big mountain that you want to climb as well, it's like, shit, it actually turns into reality. And then you're like, this is more than, you know, in reach than I thought it was.
Yeah. And it's weird when you do realize it, because that's a trap as well. I can mention that when you actually get to where what you visualized, it can be a trap that you're not motivated anymore. It's like, you know, if you're a UFC fighter and you want to win the belt, and then you win the belt, but then you lose it right away because you haven't envisioned yourself to like defending the belt for 5 or 10 times. So you have to have a because it can be a depressing thing to achieving your goals as well, because then you don't know what to do. So that's very important to have big goals.
I watched a really good video on that. I think it was Charlie Morgan or something, and it was like, sorry, I don't want to hold everyone up. I'll just say this last point, but it's like you have these driving factors to achieve like a certain goal. So I think for a lot of people, it's like 10K a month. And then, you know, if you're not careful, majority of people will hit that goal and then they'll get complacent because them driving factors have gone, because they've kind of fulfilled the goal that they were initially starting with, which is why you always talk about long-term goals. And it is so fucking important. I've took that on board as well, because if I reach, you know, 10K a month and then I'm like, oh, that's it now, you know, you're going to get complacent and it's going to go to shit in turn. So, but yeah, that's all I wanted to say, Max. Thank you very much for your input on that as well. Appreciate that.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, good stuff. Martin, how's it going?
Hi, man. How are you?
It is good. It is good. How are you?
I am all good, man. Thanks for asking. So, Max, I have a question. So, somebody, how can they take the payments from international? Like you have said this, Wise and Ioni and all. But the thing is, like for the Stripe and Wise, they need to have like LLP or like private limited company or something for a registration of the companies. Is it possible to get like the payment on our name instead of taking into the company's name?
So you were breaking up a little bit in the middle, but what was your question? What was the final part you said? Like when you use Wise or Payoneer, do you need to be the admin, or what did you say?
No. Today my Wi-Fi is not working. I am on my internet, mobile internet. So, so basically what I'm asking is like when we take the payments from international from our clients, at that time, is it okay to take that, like for an example, if we are using Wise, can we give our personal bank accounts to them, like pay in this account, or is it compulsory to have like company's bank account?
You can take your payment however you want to. It's just a question of like, it's up to you to make sure that you do everything correctly with the taxes and all of that. And also it can, because another thing would be like how it looks from the client side of things. But if you send, like when we send our link on Stripe, or if you use Payoneer, which is another thing that we use, or not Payoneer, we use PayFunnels or whatever it's called. I think they don't necessarily see our company name there. They're just paying with their credit card. So if your only option is getting paid to your personal account right now, I would just do that, but just make sure that you set it up correctly so that you pay your taxes correctly and all of that.
So basically, because I was in a doubt that will they really pay on a personal account when we go and say them that we have a company. So my co-founder was a little bit keen about that. Like, no, we need to make a company, register a company, and then open a bank account and then take the payment. So
I wouldn't say that's a problem. I don't think that, like when you sign a contract, like I sign our contracts as homeservice.co, even though our company is called something else. So really our clients don't really know what my company name is. And when they pay me, like they don't really care, to be honest. They just want to, if they believe in you and they want to work with you, they just want to get you paid. And then it's up to you to like, handle your money essentially, right? So I would just go for it, get paid, start to work, and just figure things out as you go. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what. Okay. That's it.
Cool. All right. All right, Muskab, let's go.
What's up, Max? How are we doing?
It is good. How are you?
It's good here. So basically, I got a few questions as I have clients rolling in now.
That is awesome.
Yeah, the first one is like, in home remodeling niche, how much will you recommend to spend daily on ad spend?
In the home remodeling niche, We always say like at least $2,000 per month. So that's like $80 per day or something like that. But you can go as low as $50 per day as well if they want to. But really, a really good start is like $100 per day, I would say. So around like $3,000 per month in ad spend. That is, that's a good start. Yeah.
If they don't want to like invest that much, let's try it. What would I say?
I wouldn't go. Basically, what I say is this. So if a client isn't ready to spend at least $1,500 or really like $2,000 per month into Facebook ads, then they shouldn't really start doing paid ads anyways. Then they should do something else in the meantime. But so that's normally what I say to that objection or whatever. And yeah, because I assume your management fee is like 2K or something like that, or
Yeah,
or is it? Yeah. So if 2K, if they spend $2,000 with you and then $1,500 to $2,000 on ads to begin with, I would say that's a great start, or maybe even $3,000 per month in ad spend. Yeah.
All right. And the second question was like, how many different creatives do you use?
Do you mean creatives as in like images and videos, or? Yeah. So it can be like some campaigns, it really depends on the clients. So what we do with ad creatives is that we have like a PDF where we show really good images that our clients have used in the past or other clients have used. So we don't like to use stock photos. We don't like to use, photo of a roof or an underlayment or a shingle or product or anything like that. We only like to use photos of people from within the business. So it could be, for example, the people working within the business, or they take photos of the salesperson together with the homeowner holding up a sign, like we just changed our roof. So it's kind of like a testimonial in image format. But to answer your question, like anywhere from 5 to like 15 is pushing it, but you can do 5 to 10 or something like that to test. And you can also do dynamic creative to test different headlines and different body copy as well.
All right. Yeah. And I seen your video on for like service delivery. You in your ad copy you have like a program.
Yeah.
Can you explain them? What is it for?
Yeah. So like in the roofing industry, like it's very common that people just have an ad says like get your free estimate, and it's boring. So when we do the ad copy, we want to have some scarcity in there. We want to have some urgency. We also want to spice up the offer so it sounds better. It sounds more exclusive. And we use like a showcase program because that sounds, it sounds better than just get your free estimate. And we also say that we're looking for X amount of homeowners. So we're looking for 50 homeowners. That also creates scarcity and urgency. We also talk about like different savings or other perks, like financing options and stuff like that. So yeah, but you can really call the program whatever you want. We have some clients who want to call it like a platinum program, or can really call it whatever.
But the program is not as big like a role in. Would you say it's a big role in the ad copy?
It definitely works. We've been running that type of ad for a long time, like pretty much since I started. It's a long time, and it's still working. So yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate the answers. Thanks.
Yeah, no worries. Let me know how it goes as well. I'm curious to follow your progress.
Yeah, so I have two clients I'm gonna run ads for soon.
Awesome.
So I onboarded one today, and I got an onboarding tomorrow also. That's
awesome.
Yeah.
Do you use a media buyer, or are you gonna do it yourself?
No, I'm doing it myself.
Cool. Cool. That's good. Yeah. Good luck, and let me know if you need any help as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks again.
Yeah, no worries. Cameron.
Hey Max, how's it going?
It is good. Nice to meet you.
Oh,
how are you?
First time. 2 Cameron today. That's what Max said.
What's going on?
Max said Cameron, and I unmuted my mic, and then.
Oh, I thought that was me. Then I'm not gonna lie.
No, it was you. I was about 4th in line at the time.
Hey, it's not me. No, because I literally put my hand up like 5 minutes ago, so it must be you.
Ah, got it. You're from England as well. Where are you from in the UK?
Are you talking to me? Sorry.
Yeah. Cameron.
You're not going to know where it is. It's Grimsby. It's called.
No.
You don't want to. It's a shithole.
Yeah. No stress, man. Max, how's it going?
It is good. It is good.
Wicked, man.
It's sun in the UK today. It looks like.
It is at 3 p.m. every time. The sun goes down quite early, so I got it right when it's coming down and just glaring in my eyes all the time.
Yeah.
But, you know, hopefully I can catch a tan or something. I ain't gonna catch you nowhere else.
Yeah.
But Max, yeah, so signed 2 clients, super happy. But I just wanted to share my strategy with you and just get your opinion on it. Is service delivery something that you could have a look at?
Yeah, sure. Let's do
Alright,
it.
cool. Am I cool to share my screen?
You should be.
Cool, yeah, I got it. So the niche that I'm working with is scalp micropigmentation. And basically what it is, like, you know, when your hair starts to thin out, these people actually do like tattoos, and it actually looks like real hair, right?
Yeah.
So this is the niche I'm working with. And the strategy that I'm doing for it is I'm running ads, but I'm running the ads to their page where they got loads of content. And the reason for that is because this is around like $1,500 around that mark. And I don't know if it's a limiting belief of mine, but I'm thinking this would be a better strategy to warm people up so that when they're ready, they go to the website and then they inquire for a form. I'm thinking, shall I follow this strategy? And I started running ads yesterday. I'm going to show you the ads. Or should I just do it to their landing page instead, where they got loads of...
Yeah, I got you. And this content right here, is that the Instagram page or what page?
Yeah, so this is like content like this.
Okay. I wouldn't. So here's the thing. I wouldn't run, if you go back to, I wouldn't, like, this is a bit, you can't really trust this process, right? Because we're kind of assuming right now that we're bringing traffic to the Instagram page and then they're going to go and book essentially. It might work, but really what we want to do is just to have a process where we're just like, instead of, because here they have 10,000 different options of what they can do. They can click here, then they can watch an image, then they can watch another image, and then an ad pops up and then they're gone, you know, and then they do something else or whatever that might be. I know though that a lot of people do kind of strategy like this where they kind of bring traffic and then they retarget people to another page.
Yeah.
But what I like to do, and that might work, that might be successful people doing it like this. However, I haven't. I would rely upon, you know, making it simple for the prospect, where you have an ad with one clear call to action, and then you drive them to a landing page or lead form where you also have just one clear call to action. And then you might take them to a booking page and then having one clear call to action to that as well. So you're kind of just guiding them through each step. That's what I would do. And then, you know, obviously have a specific niche, and I don't know your niche, but really the main thing, what it all goes back to, is just to having a really good offer, and then see if you can, as we talked about before as well, for another question, if you can have some scarcity in there, if you can have some urgency, you know, this offer is just for X amount of people, or it's time urgency, or it's a seasonal thing, you know, our winter special or our January special or whatever that might be. And then depending upon what this buying process looks like, I don't know, like, is an appointment first, or do they pay for the,
basically they fill out an inquiry form to get a free quote, and then the business owner gets in contact with them.
Okay, cool. So is this the website or?
Yeah, so this, I tried to integrate because they've already got a website, they didn't want to change it, so instead I just integrated the form into their website.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
so I wouldn't do a form. I would do a landing page, a separate landing page. If you don't want to do Facebook lead forms, I would do a separate landing page that is super simple. You can use something similar to what I'm sharing in the course, and instead of having a form, you do like a survey, and do like quite an interactive survey where you ask them questions like, what type of, I don't know what a good first question could be, like, something regarding their hair, like for how long have you been, you know, make it fun and some interactive, and have like 5 to 10 questions or something like that.
Yeah, Max, let me show because I did use the template that you use, and sometimes clients, they would prefer to use the landing page that they already have in place. I do recommend my one that we have, but like, do you think it should be like a mandatory thing
in terms of what do you mean?
The landing page that I create?
I would, sorry.
Because I say, yeah, guys, let's use my landing page, but they're like, you know, we got this new website, spent $3,000 on it, we want to use this one. So do you think I should say, no, we need to use my one?
It depends. Like, if you have a landing page that is working better, then it's like, we never drive for me, my clients would never drive traffic to their like main website, because we know that we're going to get better results from a landing page. And if you just scroll down on this page a bit, it's pretty long, right? Yeah, so you have some before and after photos and stuff like that. And this might work, but what I'm thinking right away when I see something like this on the landing page is that it's almost too much content. So what I like to have is just to have super simple. Like it's kind of the one that I share in the course as well. It's just one page you can't scroll. You have a headline where you kind of reiterate the offer because they've already seen your ad, clicked on the ad. We take them to a landing page. You have the headline there, kind of reiterating the offer or whatever it might be. And then underneath, you just do like a survey, because you just want them to, you don't want them to be stuck here and watching at images. You have already caught their interest. Now you just want to collect their information. And so I would do a form. So yes, I would, you can test something like this, but I would try to make it even shorter, or like just a one page.
Yeah. I've got this form in place. I think I'm gonna try that. And we're running the ads at the moment as well. And just to
start to interrupt real quick, but if you go back to the survey super quick, this is actually a lesson that everybody can learn from, is because you're asking about their first name and last name in the first question here in the survey. What's better to do is to collect the name, email, and phone number last. And then you have some fun questions in the beginning, and don't have questions, too many questions like this where they have to write, but do radio buttons instead. So for example, in our survey for roofing, we asked them, are you the homeowner? Yes or no? Super simple to click. Yes. Okay. Now we have them engaged in the survey. The next question, like how big is your roof? 4 radio buttons. They can only select one. Then to the next one. So instead of having questions here where they have to spend time and think about it and write, they don't want to do that. Just do like 3 to 6 questions with our just radio buttons, kind of fun ones. And then the last one is name, email, phone number, let's say. We asked them for their address as well, but I don't think that's going to be relevant for you. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'm definitely going to change that.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I want to run you by is just the ads that we're currently running. So for the Scout micropigmentation, that's what it's called, is super niche. So Facebook don't actually have a targeting option for that. So the best we can do is just run it on no interest, and then let Facebook optimize for that. So if I run you through the ads, so we're spending $750 per month on ads. And we're running it just to Instagram, because we're running them to the Instagram page. But what I'm thinking is doing it on both Facebook and Instagram now, as it would be just a landing page.
Yeah.
And then the ads, we're running 3 ads. So the first one is a video ad.
Yeah.
If I just show you that.
Can really see some difference now. My wife.
Yeah, that's good. I like this.
Well, it's done.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this.
So all of this is just directing them to the page. Do you think I should instead like create an offer and then create the creative based around that offer?
So a couple of things. First of all, regarding the landing page, I just want to go back to that super quick, but you're doing, just to reiterate, you want to do the survey and then to a scheduling page. Are you doing that right now? So they can help them get booked appointments as well?
They just fill out a survey and then the client gets in contact with them to give them like a quote.
Gotcha. All right. And then if we do the Facebook ad, if you go back to the campaign, this is more of so like a branding campaign, because you're doing a traffic campaign right now, right? Because your strategy has been just to drive people to the, So I would do a conversion campaign. And when you do a new campaign, then it's going to be a conversion campaign. And when you do the conversion campaign, you want to utilize the Facebook conversion API, as it's called, and high level. So write that down. Facebook. Do you have that?
Is it this one, Max?
Yes. So if you go to lead Facebook KPI and then here, yes. So basically did I have this in the snapshot? I did, right?
Yeah, you did. And you got the tutorial on how to find the thingy.
Oh yeah, that's good. So that's in the course. You basically get their access token, the pixel ID. And then what happens here is that as they fill out the survey that you're going to build, then we send out a conversion event server side back to Facebook saying that we generated a lead, essentially. So you want to build a conversion campaign with a Facebook.
I think we need to ask you, Max, how does that work? Like, does it work? So is it like 100% accurate? doesn't make it 100% accurate.
Yes, because and now we're going off in a tangent here, but I think a lot of people think this is interesting as well. So in the past, we could track conversions with the pixels. We had the pixel on the website, and if they landed on the opt-in page, let's say, and they filled out the survey, and then they landed on the thank you page, then just via the pixel, via the cookie in the browser, we could send data back to Facebook telling that we generated a lead. And that was working. But then the iOS 14 update came, and we couldn't do that anymore. They was basically blocking conversions. And also, if you get your phone, sometimes you can tell I don't want to be tracked. So all of the tracking got fucked when that happened, essentially. But what we do now with the Facebook Conversion API is that we send the lead data back to Facebook's server side. So we don't do anything with the pixels or anything like that in the browser. But since we get all of the lead information into high level, into the actual CRM software, and then high level is so awesome so that once we get that information, they've also created an automation like this so that we can send this data back to Facebook via the conversion API, and it's like close to 100% accurate because
Got it. Yeah, and that's same for conversion, isn't it? Lead and conversion, when someone schedules.
Yes, correct. And then also here on the ads, so I would do a conversion campaign, use the Facebook lead conversion API. And then also I would do the broad targeting, as you mentioned. I wouldn't use any interest. I would only go for, just do the area, potentially only do males and do males between a certain age. I don't know when we lose start, I'm that age right now, close to lose my hair, right? Like I'm 31. So maybe like, I don't know, 25.
Yeah, you were 25 between 55, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's just, that's basically.
And then the copy I just want to run you through as well quickly. So Kent is the area in the UK where the client is based. Okay. And then I've just got like, the pain point, benefits, and then call to action. And I just want to get your opinion to see if you think anything should be changed in here.
Can I jump on this really quickly because we're in similar niches?
Yes.
The only thing you're missing is the offer. The copy's nailed down. You've hit the pain points. You've hit the benefits. You need an offer, so you can give the illusion that it's a voucher and there's, limited availability, and it's going to push them, because that's what you've got to do. And I agree exactly with Max. You've got to give them one step at a time with no distractions. So the landing page is literally just like a survey, nothing else on the page, just a survey. They can't even scroll, and just literally have like little sprinkles of urgency and scarcity in there. So, we're giving this offer to only the next 4 people that claim the offer, plus the people that claim the offer in the next 48 hours get bonus 1, for example. Do you know what I'm saying?
Let me throw this in here though. I used to do that with my other niche that I used to do more like medical spas and stuff. But the reason I didn't do it for this one is because not everyone is familiar with this service right here. So they're not yet like warmed up to know if this is something they even want. And that's the reason why I directed them to the Instagram page where they can learn more about it. So do you still think I should implement an offer? Because not 100% of
100% in my opinion.
Yeah, because it at the end of the day, it's a pretty simple service to understand. I'm losing my hair and I don't, I want to get it fixed essentially, right? So it's kind of self-explanatory. And I love the feedback from Cam as well to get a really good offer in there. Yeah,
got it. Yeah, 100%. And then in the automations on the back end as well, if they don't finish the form or something, you can be like, oh yeah, we've only got room for 3 more bookings for this. You can touch on the pain points more in the SMS as well, because I know you can't really do it as much because of Facebook's policy in the ads, but when on the back end, you can do what you want really. So
yeah, that's true. Definitely.
Yeah. And also what you can do, so you're testing, you have another one there, right? Yeah. So basically in the copyright there, I like that you call them out, but what you can do, like, I don't know what their other one, or did you scroll down, or is it different ads?
Yeah, so this is the original ad, the video ad, and then
my point was basically just that you can play around with this and see if you can make it like shorter, or you can call them out in different ways. What we like to use is that we call out the homeowners all in caps, and we have like a house emoji around it, so you can test it, like call them out in different ways. You can also test, like, there's something called dynamic creative in the ad set. I don't know if you know what that is.
I think I've saw it, but I've never tried it before. I'm not too sure where it is. Is it in the ad set?
Yes. So under ad set level, you can do it like here. You can't do that right now because it's you're already live. But what happens when you turn this on is that you can have one ad and then you can upload multiple body copy texts, multiple headlines, and multiple images, and then you can kind of see what works the best. So that's something you can play around with in the beginning as well to kind of see.
But Max, wouldn't you do that through like creating multiple ads, like in the ad level?
Yeah, you can do it multiple different ways. Like there's no right or wrong there. You can either have multiple ads with the same ad copy but different images, or you can turn on the dynamic creative and just do it there. It's just a different function. No.
Got it.
But
well,
yeah.
I was just gonna say that was like literally all the questions that I had.
No, like it's looking good. Like you have the images there. I like the creatives, and you have a good ad copy as well. And you spice it up with a really good offer, and then you improve your landing page and just do what Cam said as well, and have like the survey on one page. If you do all of these things and the conversion API, I think it's going to be really, really good. So
okay, wicked. I like the guy before me asked a really good question, and I wanted to follow up with that. I wanted to ask, what types of creatives do you use for your clients?
That's for Cam, right?
Or
did you ask me?
Yeah, I'm asking you, Max. The person before me said something about a course or like a module that you create about service delivery.
Yeah, what you can do is that if you go to YouTube and then you just search for Max Pearson, if you go to my YouTube channel, essentially, I have a couple of videos there where I show exactly how we do our campaigns. And so if you go in here and then go to videos, and if you scroll down a bit, my shitty thumbnails, I'm trying to improve a lot. But if you go, let's see here. Here's one, for example. There's one, and I have a couple of more ones here. Here's another one as well with some crazy results. And it's pretty much, we're on pretty much the same. I think I have another one as well somewhere. No, I think that's the main. I think I have 3, but yeah. I don't know, but I think Cam has some delivery videos or service delivery videos on his channel as well. I think, yeah. So you can check Cameron England. Can you search for it as well? He also has with C. He also has some.
Cam,
maybe he's
England, by the way, not Cameron.
Okay.
For the YouTube. There it is. Anyway.
Got it.
Yeah. So here is service delivery right there. And
appreciate the subscription.
No
Cameron.
problem.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna look at that.
Yeah, cool. Good stuff.
Okay, thanks, Max. Thanks, Cameron.
No worries.
Bye-bye.
Wait, so their landing page is actually unnecessary? You only need the survey for the ads?
Sorry, again, Fredrik? You said?
Yeah, sorry for interrupting, but so their own root domain landing page is actually unnecessary for us when we are running ads. We're just going to create our own survey for them.
Yeah, so normally, like when they build a website, they have a homepage and have a ton of stuff on that homepage, and that's really good for like the website because people can go there. And the website is more so of just like a shopping window or whatever. Like it creates, you can kind of see what they look like, etc. But when you run ads, there's normally too much information on the homepage. There's so many buttons to click. You have a menu on top, so you don't want to run paid traffic to that. So that's why it's better to just build a separate landing page with just like one survey on it, like their logo, headline, survey. It's super simple to understand it. You can only do this essentially. Yeah.
All right.
Cool. Yeah. All right. John, nice to see you again.
Hey, Max, how are you doing?
Hey,
Do you hear me?
it is good. Yep.
Okay, good. So I have 3 questions for today. The first one is, I don't know if it ever happened that to you, but in Stripe, I got one customer that is like a PPL, so paper lead, and I sent them like only like a €1 bill, a $1 bill, so I could have like the ID of this person, right? But then Stripe didn't give me the ID because it said to me that it was a guest. So today I have a meeting. After this meeting, I don't know what to do. If I should charge him like more, maybe 10 or 20 bucks, but Stripe is telling me that he's a guest, and because of that, I don't have the ID, so I cannot create the automatizations to charge him when a lead comes in.
I've never done that actually. I never done like an automation to charge per leads. But I guess you can, or maybe you can, or
you can. The problem is on a Stripe. because when someone pays you these 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, wherever it is, then you get the idea. But because he only paid me $1 in that case, it says that it was a guest and not like a real customer. So yeah, I wanted to ask if that happened to you before, but I'm gonna check it. Yeah,
I guess you can just start off like the first month, get a bulk payment, and then after that you can just do continuous or something like that.
Yeah, I thought that otherwise, but thank you for that. So the second thing is regarding Yext. I know that I'm not in the USA and I have my main account in Estonia, but even for the USA customers, doesn't allow me to sell them Yext. But I saw that you can do it. I don't know why is that happening for me. So yeah, maybe
have you made sure that first of all, the sub account needs to be like in a US address?
Yeah,
have you done that?
Exactly,
okay.
exactly.
And then have you enabled SaaS for that client?
Yes, I have enabled SaaS. I can send you a screenshot, but basically it tells me Yext is now only available for US now, and I thought, well, maybe you have your main account on Sweden. That's why. I don't know.
No, we can sell it. So
yeah, that's a bit weird, but yeah, I'll send it on the chat.
If you can share your screen or show it, we can
do
it
yeah,
that way as well.
Yeah. That's even better for sure. So, do you see my screen?
Yes.
So yeah, that's basically what I see. Offer Yext, resell Yext. So and then they tell me.
Okay, you're under the agency right now, right?
Yeah, but I'm on. If I go to switch to sub account.
Yeah, but if you okay, we can go into sub account and just check if you go to settings.
Yeah.
And then go to.
Yeah, you see, we say that it's in Florida, United States. So yeah, that was I found it a bit weird, you know. But yeah, I have no idea.
I would. Let's see. If you go back to your agency view again.
Yeah.
And then if you scroll down to the bottom.
Yeah.
Let's see here. If you scroll down some more. Or actually, because it's if you scroll down some more.
I cannot go more. Maybe there's some delay. I don't know. But
if you go up, because it said no SaaS plan enabled. I'm not sure. If you click there.
So if I add a subscription, that's what I can add to them, but then I charge them extra, you know?
Yeah. No, it says SaaS mode right there, and the SaaS mode is active. So if you just close this, that's weird, actually.
Yeah, that's why I thought, okay, just gonna ask him if he knows why it's happening or not. But
you have the SaaS plan. I would contact the chat support actually, because I know for a fact that like we're selling it right now. So
that's why.
Yeah, and it's just a very powerful way, because even if you're like, what we've started to do as well is that you can sell it for 97 and have a little bit of market up on it if you want to, or like $49 or whatever. But why we like to use it, like even if you sell it for only $30 and you don't make any money from it, it's still very good because it's that stickiness. You have that extra service to them, which is a really nice service. So
yeah, for sure. That's what I thought. But I'm just gonna reach them out because I saw that you're charging Yext to your clients. So yeah. So thanks for that. Okay, so another question I had, it's more on the sales call. I know that you qualify way more deployments as I do, because I run the Facebook forms. I get the leads there, and then they can schedule a call to me. In Spain, works really good, like really good. But in the USA, it's not that good. So the only thing is, do they never tell you, for example, at the end of the call that everything makes sense, but they will think about it?
Or even if they don't say it, a lot of people want to think about it, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, I understand that. Usually what I try to do now, because before I said, okay, let's keep in touch, and then I give them a call and they never reply. That happens. But something I did now is I try to follow up a call, like for coming days for 15 minutes, only to say yes or no. And then if they tell me no, in Spain, at least I'm doing an extra offer that this helps me very good. Today I close a new client. that it was 2K before, but I say, okay, let's do 1,500 only for 2 months. And he told me, agree. And so this helps me very much, but at least on the USA, they not even show up for the follow-up call, you know? So I just wanted to mention how you're doing this follow-up a bit extra.
It's more so of a feeling thing. As you do more calls, you start to feel if they're actually interested or if they're not. And if you get the feeling that they're not really that interested, but they say they are, normally what I like to do is just, it's like a smoke screen, right? Because then they're just throwing up something that is fake so that they can get off the call and, you know, they don't want to do it. And it could be anything, like either they think it's too expensive, or they have, they think, you know, they think something about what you showed they didn't like your landing page, or they didn't like, we've already tried retargeting, or we don't like a specific thing. And they don't tell you that, but then it's very important for you to just, I normally ask them like, or tell them like, if you just put all of the cards on the table, are you actually interested? If you just, you know, play with open hands, I try to get them to tell me what the problem is, essentially.
Yeah.
So instead of leaving the call and you have that feeling that they tell you that they're interested, but they're really not, then try to like get to the exact thing of why, what is the problem really? And it's completely fine if it's too expensive, or it's completely fine, whatever it is, but at least you can discuss it. And I've saved a lot of saves that way, just by asking that question, like, just, you know, being straightforward with it. Yeah.
So what's the problem? What that? And do you sometimes close clients like that as well, or?
Yeah, because sometimes there can be something that they think is, like, they might think something about a certain thing that isn't true. And then when you discuss it, they realize that that is actually a good thing, or it isn't what they thought that it was. And then they become interested again. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So now I have the last question. Sorry, guys, for keeping you there. It's about I don't remember the name, but the last guy that was talking before me with orange hoodie, that was showing about the tracking, about the tokens, and about. Can I ask you I'm gonna share my screen, so give me a second, and I ask you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So here, what I do instead of tracking like you mentioned, it's I just basically put the pixel code on the head tracking code. Okay.
Yep.
And then what I go is on the steps. I also just edit this basically.
You have like an event or something?
Kinda, yeah. I just go on the tracking code, and here I copy paste, and then I add the meta code.
I like your landing page and copy, man. This is I like this. That's good. It's
so
pretty
simple,
much exactly what we're using
yeah.
as well. Yeah, that's
it's so
awesome.
fucking simple. Yeah,
and it works, right? Does it work?
Yeah, it's even more simple. So we start running the ads for today. So we're gonna see, but it's like, are they a homeowner? Yes or no? And then the only question we ask is like, when do you want your new solar? When do you want your new solar? And for the solar, what we ask as well is, how much was your last utility bill? And and after that is the same process. So it's pretty simple. And then thanks of the
good.
How do you
Looks
call
good.
it? Yeah.
Also, a recommendation that I can give, which I actually something that I figured out just a couple of days ago. There's a website. Let me check real quick. Called. This is interesting for everybody listening. Let me check here real quick. There's a website called GHL Experts.
Oh yeah, I know it. Yeah.
You know about it? GHL Experts. Are you signed up to it?
Yeah, I think.
What is it? Just out of curiosity, because I've never heard of that before.
It's basically, it's like, it's overpriced. Like, I don't pay for it, but they have, you can sign up for
$100
free.
a month.
Yeah, don't pay. I don't pay for it, but you can get. They basically do coding stuff that you can use for high level, but they they have a bunch of free stuff. So they have one widget that is really cool. So if you go into the members area, they have a widget that is really cool. That it's basically review widget down to the left.
Down to the left. What the fuck is review?
Down to the left. Review widget.
Oh yeah,
at the bottom. So if you click there, and then you do the review widget pop up. So it's a super simple code. You can try and install it after we talked here. But basically what that is going to do, it's going to take their Google and Facebook reviews, and it's going to show up like a widget at the bottom left of your website. So on your landing page, you can have some social proof, essentially. So you can show, it doesn't really show in this video, I think. They showed really badly. But it's pretty cool. So if you go back to your landing page.
Yeah, I copy this. Yeah, in here.
Basically what's going to happen, if you down here to the left, down here.
Oh yeah.
It's going to show up like a pop-up where, 5-star review from basically the Google reviews over and over again. So it's just a social proof thing that can help you to get some more conversions, essentially. And it works. So, and it's free.
Okay.
So you might as well
That's
use
cool.
it.
Where you used to add that? Because I don't remember. I know that there's a code as well for the survey that looks like that, the one you're using. And you can do this in blue and
yeah, exactly. You get that from GH. Yeah. That's correct.
But where you used to add that code, I just don't remember. Sorry.
What code?
This. Yeah, this code. Do you add it on
settings, tracking
custom
code.
CS?
Yeah, custom CSS is for the design, but for the event thing, that pop-up that I just showed you, you do that under settings and tracking code. But you will see the video there when you test it out.
Yeah. Never mind. Okay, so very quick, going back to that, because I do this, but sometimes I have some problems, not with all the accounts. So about what you showed, the pixel for me is clear, but what about the token? What do you write in here?
Yeah, so I think I showed that in the retargeting video inside of the course. It's basically under.
I think it's this one, yes, but gonna check it, but yeah.
It's on. So you have Events Manager open here to the left.
Wait, give me a sec. Events Manager.
So way to the left, you have a tab called Events Manager.
Oh yeah, this one. But this is from for our client, yeah.
Okay, but what you do if you go click on this button right here. Let's see. If you
just a second.
I know that I do it in the video, but if you go to data sources here and then you go to settings, right here, and then if you scroll down, you have generate access token right there.
Generate access. Oh, yeah.
So that's the one.
Okay, so okay. All clear.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for that. My bad.
No worries. And what I would do, since we're recording this, I would kind of redo this. So because now you're showing everybody, I don't know if that matters, but I would just try and find a new one after the call.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Super last question. Do you usually use the chat when you send them to the landing page, or only like for the home page and that?
No, I don't like to use it on the landing page simply because I don't want them to. I want them to generate a lead and not the chat, essentially.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah. That's it. And sorry, guys, for all that time.
Oh, good questions. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Let's see. All right. Who I've talked to? Let's see here. I haven't talked to. Is it Joseph next? Have I talked to you, Joseph?
Sorry, is it me? Is it me or Joseph? Yeah, I am the first one who asked question. If there is someone before me, I don't know.
But we haven't talked, right?
No, we did actually. I was the one who asked the first question. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, got you. But
there's some people before me. I don't know.
Do you? If you have a question, we can do it. That's fine.
Okay, all right. So my question was regarding. So I am starting SMMA, right? And I was thinking also about growing a personal brand, like starting to upload short form content on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And I wanted to know, I can maybe Cameron can have a take on that also. But do you think that is a good idea to do it when you're really starting? Because now, like, I barely have one client, and I'm struggling to get everything done. Do you think is it a good idea to start it right now, or maybe wait until I'm like more advanced in SMMA?
I think it's a great idea to start. If you want to do that, I think it's a great idea. A lot of like Alex Moser that we talked about before as well, he talks about, that it's kind of the currency of the future to have like attention, because you can utilize that in multiple different ways. So it's very powerful. And the main thing when you do content though, is that you have to angle it in a way so that it's true to you, if that makes sense. It doesn't make sense to you to maybe, like, for example, you can document your journey from what you're doing right now. That makes complete sense, and that's unique to you as well, and that will be a lot of very interesting to a lot of people as well that are, so you can't really talk about things that you don't know yet, but you can talk about what you do know, essentially. So
100%. That was the idea. I'm not going to talk about stuff that I don't know or I haven't experienced. Of course, it's like journaling or documenting your journey. So when you make it, you're like, you have a background, and also you have as you said, that currency, which is attention.
I think you should. Like, it's very powerful, and it's also very powerful when you start to know other people who do it as well, because we can leverage each other and help each other out. So it just helps everybody else as well if you do it. So
sure, 100%. Thank you for your answer, bro.
No worries. Okay, I haven't talked to Lucent, and then we can go back to the normal flow of things.
Right. Okay. Hi.
Hey.
Yeah. So I just have a quick question. Since I'm only a student inside the US, so I can't set up an LLC. Like, is it possible to use my dad's company and write it in the contract and send invoices? And do usually businesses, is it okay if like they wire transfer internationally?
Yeah, for sure. Like if your dad have a company, that's great, because obviously you can trust your dad versus like just having a friend or something, it's just great if you have somebody within your family. So if that's your best thing right now, I would definitely go with that.
Yeah, because
sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
I just wanted to make a comment for you. Are you like a high school student right now in the US?
Yeah. Well,
you can
sort of,
I think you can still make an LLC and stuff if you just go through your state. Because I'm a high school student as well, and you can still do it, I'm pretty sure. I think you can get an I number and all of that stuff.
Yeah, I can, but it's like on my visa, I can't be self-employed, which means I can't even like, do my own
Got
business.
it.
But yeah. And the only bad thing about it is like I do my presentation, I have a name for my business, but in the contract it's under my dad's name and the company's name. So I feel like that would be kind of weird for my client,
You can just call it the business partner, like super simple. Okay. It's just your partner. So, you can just tell. Yeah.
So. Okay. That's it. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, cool.
Thanks, Max.
No worries. All right. And you have the same surname as well, so it makes sense. It's like a family thing. So that's cool. Okay, Panos.
Just wanted to say something. I did exactly the same thing. Basically, I live in France, but I'm originally from Morocco, so I'm not allowed to have a company, be it in France or UK or wherever. They're very strict with the regulations about this. So what I did is that I asked my brother, who is still in Morocco, to make a company, and then based on the fact that it's on the same name, and it's my brother, so I'm sure he's not going to steal me at some point. I did that. So yeah, I highly suggest you do that if your father agrees.
Yeah, thanks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. All right,
so
let's, sorry. I was just about to say that. Let's go with your question.
Yeah. So I was wondering about, do you use your page or the client's page for the ads? I mean, how does it work?
You mean the Facebook page?
Yeah.
So it's a great question, and on my sales calls, I always tell them about this as well, because I want them to know that we always do everything under their digital assets. So we do everything under their page. We use their pixel. They own and control everything. So it's nice to tell them that as well, because a lot of people have had a bad experience with the agency where they own and control everything, and then you stop working with them and then take all of the data and leaves. So it's very nice to just tell the client that we do everything under your pixel, your page, you own and control everything. We're just a consultant in there helping you to run everything. So if you stop working together, we cannot take anything and leave, but you own the data that you paid for, Mr. Client, essentially.
So if they don't know, do you help them like set up a page if they don't have a Facebook page or something like that? You help them through this?
Yeah.
And also about the pixel, like wouldn't it be better if you, I don't know if the pixel, like it trains, I think. It learns from the previous customer, so it's nice to train it through with a lot of niches, with a lot of clients, I think.
It's like, I've heard that 1,000 times as well, and I used to believe that as well. But when you do a local campaign, like it doesn't really matter, to be honest. And like when I've run so many campaigns, we use new pixels pretty much all of the time, and we can get great results right out of the gate. So I wouldn't listen too much about that. If you do local campaigns, that is. If you do nationwide campaign, maybe that's different. If you optimize for purchases and so on and so forth for an e-com brand or whatever, but a local business, that's super simple. Just use their pixel and tell them why. And also, we help them to set up the page on the onboarding if they need help with that, and their business managers. So it's very simple to do. Yeah.
Okay. Also, I want to know if you have like a sheet with all the all the kind of objections that you could get for like your first 3 to 4 calls.
Yeah,
I think it could be interesting to just provide not the answers, but at least the questions, and then up to everyone. I don't know if you have something like that or you have ideas about it.
The best resource I have is on my YouTube channel, because I record a lot of sales calls where I get a lot of objections, or more so questions. So you can watch those videos, like sales calls videos that I have there, or any type of sales call video where people have objections. And, again, plugging Cam again, but he does a lot of cold calling. So when he cold calls, he gets a lot of objections because people, who are you, yada, yada, yada. So watch other people do sales calls. And then also the best way to not get as many objections is to have a really good presentation or the pitch deck. So you basically tell them about everything so that they don't get any objections, essentially.
You address it before.
Can I jump in on this as well?
Yeah.
So if you're doing outreach, you start to pick up on certain objections that you get in time and time again. Write every objection you get down and write out a rebuttal to that. So then when it next comes, it's on your script and you have it there ready. And on top of that as well, in your pitch deck, the biggest objection you're getting, address it before you even start the presentation. So be like, let's address the elephant in the room, then address the biggest objection and say why you're different. Say it might be, I've been stung by agencies in the past that ran my ads, they did a shit job, why are you different? Then overcome that immediately before you start do you know what I'm saying?
I see. Okay, one last question is because I'm working in the pool construction niche. I don't know if you have any idea about what would be price for a lead or a prospect. Would it be like something similar to the roofing industry?
Yeah, I think so. Like a pool is not cheap, right? What does it cost to get a new pool? Is it like
between 15 to 30, 40, and almost it's like takes like 2 weeks, 2 to 1 month. So it's almost the same kind of industry.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that niche. Like if you can get them leads if you do Facebook lead forms, I am sure you can get them very, very cheap. So maybe you can get them for like $10 to $15 maybe. But if you do a landing page, maybe you get them for 20, 25, 30, and that would be really, really good as well. So I would just use, like, I showed you my service video before. I think it was you that I showed. So I show everything in there, and also Johan Sanz, who just showed his landing page. Just use that essentially. Have like a landing page with the survey, with the background image of a pool, A/B test different images.
Yeah, exactly what I did. But I was just wondering about how would you address the creative in the Facebook ads in the beginning? Not the offer, but more like, would you still put a picture of the team as you do with the roofers?
Yes, for sure. Definitely the team. Maybe you can ask them to get some photos as well with a customer, or maybe they stand in front of a pool with the customer, like a finished project or whatever. Yeah.
Okay, it would be interesting. Yeah, I would do that. Thank you a lot, Max. Appreciate it.
No worries. No worries.
I just want to comment on the objection thing. One thing is, for example, the price, because if it's too expensive for them, should you just mention the price immediately on the meeting, like on the first thing, and just be honest. Okay, this is going to be $2,000 a month, and then you're going to value stack. So then they know what they're going into, because if you just spend like a whole hour and anyways they can't really afford it, so it doesn't really matter, then
yeah. Sorry, I spaced out there for a second because I thought it was like an input about something, but it was more so of a question, right? Like you asked, like, should you tell them about the price up front, or should you wait till the end? That was the question, right?
Yeah, it was for the objections that we talked about just before.
Yeah.
And that could be the price, because if they can't pay, should you just mention it like immediately?
Yeah, so what we do is that when they book the call, we have a question, right? So we qualify them in the booking form. So we ask them kind of, how much do you earn right now? And that can be different in different niches, but we only take calls with businesses making at least $1 million per year, because then we know that they can afford our services and they have a working business and makes sense and so on and so forth. But I would never, ever, under any circumstances, present them with the price right away. But I would do the call as usual and qualify them, do the spin questions, then do the presentation, and then present them with the stack. Oh, fuck, I'm losing the what's it called?
Value
I'm
stack.
losing the word. The value stack. The value stack.
Yeah.
Do the price drop and do it that way. So,
and it was also for the cold calling. Like if you call someone and you, for example, get the owner on the cold call and they say like, okay, so what's the price for this? Should you just mention the price and be transparent?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, so what you could do is say like, it depends, and then if they seem more interested, you just tell them straight away what's the next step. And you say,
yeah, what I would do.
I don't
is-
like to
go on,
mention
Sorry,
the
Muscat,
price.
what was you going to say?
What?
I was just going to say, right, if they're adamant on you telling the price, or they're not going to move, like take the next step forward, it's better taking your chances by giving them the price, but you've got to position it in the correct way. So, for example, that'll be something that you'd put on the objection sheet. What is the price? Then you would have a set out example of how you would say it. For example, how I lay it out is I position it as the guarantee, as how much money realistically they're going to make before they actually pay me anything. And then you put it in that perspective as like, it's a win-win situation. You know, if you have a good offer, it's very easy to position it as they're going to make more money than you pay you before they pay you anyway. So a lot of people, that's what I do. You know, if they're like adamant to hear the price, I just position it in that way, and I usually get them on the call anyway. I know a lot of people are kind of like, oh no, I'll show you on the call, I'll show you on the call. But a lot of people don't want to deal with that bullshit sometimes, you know. You've just got to tell them straight, just in the right manner sometimes.
Yeah.
So you would say like, okay, I have this much value to add to you. I'm going to bring so much value to you, and the price is going to be on the code.
So say I'm going to bring you the bare minimum of 2 new roofing. Hypothetically, I have no idea how roofing works. So say, yeah, I can definitely go over the price. So say with our guarantee, we're going to bring you the bare minimum of 2 new roofing jobs every week, or you don't pay us. So you're going to get at least 20,000, whatever. And then at the end of the month, only if we deliver on said promise and we generate you at least a 10x return on investment, then you will pay us a small fraction of what we make you at the end of the month. How does that sound? You know, something like that.
Yeah, I understand. Perfect.
Oh, let's continue, Cam. Oh yeah, sorry. Anas?
Sorry, just wanted to know if you ever accept people negotiating on the price. Do you ever accept it?
You mean on the actual sales call, if they want to negotiate the price?
At the end of the call, they start negotiating. Do you accept it?
Yes, I do accept it for sure, but I have like a limit as well. But it depends on what our asking price is as well. But it depends. Like I can be pretty tough as well and say that we don't do it. But sometimes with a client, you know, what can happen as well is that you onboard a client, they pay you $3,000. We run ads for them. Something happens internally, their sales guys quit or something happens and they just have to reduce their ad spend. And then we can negotiate our commission or the payment that we take, or the flat fee down, and then raise it back up again. But you can always negotiate. You kind of have to, it's up to you really, how much you want to. Yeah,
Okay.
but also
Thank you.
a very important thing when you do negotiate is that if you drop down the price, you always want to get something in return. You don't want to make it too easy. So if I go down in price, I want something from you as well. For example, whatever number be it, yeah, a testimonial or something like that. So yeah, or referral can be a huge thing as well.
Okay, I see. Thank you.
Yeah, well, where's Ken? Let's go.
So I was just wondering, right, with your clients, do you like send them like weekly or monthly metrics as to how they're doing in terms of like, you know, how much profit they're making, how many leads we're generating? Because I think that's something that I definitely want to add into my service delivery, just so they've kind of got clarity on what's going on the back end. Is that what you do?
I did that in the beginning. So I always had my media buyer to do that for me, essentially. So we did, I think I have that template somewhere as well that I can send, but super simple.
Yeah, that's
like
what I was just going to ask. Do you have like some form of template I could borrow or something? That'd be great.
Yeah, I'm actually going to look that up. I think I have it
Awesome,
somewhere. But it's basically, we did that in the beginning. Now I don't do it anymore. So we send like, how much did you spend? How many clicks, impressions, click-through rate, how many leads, what did you pay per lead? How much did you pay per appointment? We can't track the profits really. But now what we do is that we don't do any of that because we use high level. So it's kind of like they can just log into high level and kind of see it themselves.
Yeah, it's a fair point, to be honest.
So we don't offer it by default, but then we have some clients who are more interested in it. And then, you know, they want to have a catch-up call or whatever. And then we offer it to them essentially. So.
Yeah, great. I'm definitely going to look into that. And one other thing. Oh, and with that as well, I was kind of stuck between either just getting them to look on high level if they were curious, or, you know, sending through some form of like sheet that would show them their ROAS and things like that. One other thing that I was going to say is, what would you say? I know you haven't really necessarily hired out a lot of people, but what would you say them, you know, do you think like a client success coach is an important hire? Like later down the line, say someone who would go back and forth with the clients, you know, daily, and would have like weekly calls with them and kind of give them all the metrics and things and see if there's any things that they're curious about. Or
I think it depends a lot upon what niche you're helping. Like, for example, the best case scenario for me when I work with my clients is that when we start working, the best case scenario that can happen is that it becomes silent, like radio silence. I have a client that I've been working with for close to 2 years. I've like emailed with him like once, and that's it. He just keep paying, and that's it essentially. So he wouldn't want to have any success or, you know, any type of person who checks in with him all the time. So it depends on like, if you're selling to maybe smaller businesses who might need help with their sales or need some input there, they might benefit a ton by having somebody that can help them with that. I know that we talked about it last week as well. I'm just a big fan of keeping it like super simple, like the bare minimum of like focus on like high level, the leads and the booked appointments, focus on the most valuable things, and that you can scale as well, and try to take that as far as possible. And as soon as clients start to ask you about stuff, then you can kind of add it on. But
yeah, I mean, it's not really a necessity as of now. It's just kind of scaling and facing problems as they come as such. But yeah, thanks very much.
But it's a good thinking, right? Because you're thinking it, you're trying to provide more value. So maybe this is a great idea. And if you implement it, maybe you're going to close or get better results than anybody else out there. So
yeah. Thanks very much.
Martin.
Hi, Max. Let me be real quick. I have like a sales call in next 9 minutes. So I have a question for that. So you are into solar, right? Even you're also doing solar.
Yep.
Yeah. So basically, what will be the cost per appointment in solar, Max? Like if you are calling them and booking the appointments. So from the leads, like what will be the cost per appointment and like direct cost per appointment?
So cost per appointment, it can vary a ton, right? We have one client up in what's it called, in the northern state. Basically they're getting, and another one in the southern state as well, where we basically have the conversion rate from lead to booked appointments is like 80%. So if we get a lead for them, because it depends on the areas, we know the variables, we know the ads, the landing pages and all of that, but the area is always like the wild card. So in one area where we run a campaign, we can get leads for like $15 and booked appointments for like $30. And then in another area like California is pretty competitive, and also Texas as well, we might get leads for $30 and booked appointments for $90 or $100. But so it depends a lot.
I'm not saying I'm not saying that directly booking the appointments. I am talking about like the people, like the sales rep sitting here and calls the leads and booking the appointments. I'm talking about that.
Sorry, the
leads which comes into the this, and the like sales rep, the team of our client call them and book the appointment, right, from that leads.
Yeah.
So the conversion rate would be around 80%, like if you are using the same like funnel which you are giving it to us. We can use that in
yeah, we definitely use that in Solo, but it's like the survey to an online booking page where the homeowner can book themselves. And we've had clients where we have 80% of all the leads book themselves, but normally it's like 40%, and that's still good. And then if they start to call the leads that didn't book themselves, you can always obviously increase it even more.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So 1,500 would be like a good option for solar.
As a price, for the service?
Ad spend.
2,500, yeah, for sure. 2,000 plus, I would say.
1,500. I'm saying 1,500.
That's bare minimum, I would say. But
yeah, because we just got an inquiry regarding the solar, so he was like interested. So I just want to know that like how this works and all. Yeah, that's it. So one more thing before I leave. So I was planning to go in India also. Like I'm just getting like 2 more client prospects here who are really interested. So like just like a side hustle, even I'm thinking to go into in India also. So what do you suggest? Like, let me keep a side business here in India also, or only focus on USA?
Focus on what's most profitable for you.
Both are profitable, but here in India, it's like I'm not doing anything. Everything is taken care by the media buyer. Like even the like onboarding, I just need to just do the sales call. That's it.
Yeah, follow your gut feeling. Like if like maybe you feel like I'm stupid if I don't try it. So definitely try it, but then as you go on, maybe you're noticing that, hey, these clients are paying me more and they're easier, I can have
until
the Indian market is great because you speak their language and you're there and you have a great service. So I would definitely try it. Like
until I get to US clients, like 3 to 4 US clients, till them like side hustle, even I am trying to do like from Indian clients also.
Yeah. Cool. I think that sounds good.
That's it, Max. So I need to leave. Bye, Max. I need to leave. I have a call in 5 more minutes.
Good
so
luck.
wish me good luck.
Mateen, you are going sales call. You're going in sales call.
Yeah, in 5 more minutes.
Okay, so as you said, like for a sales guy, appointment sitter is going to call. So booked appointment is going to be around $150 to $200.
150 to 200, like
around when appointment setter is going to call the lead.
Okay.
Yeah, I have talked to many like agency owners who are doing this.
Bro, I will be DMing you. I'm getting late. I will be DMing you on
cool.
Okay, bro. Bye. Bye.
All right. Mohammed.
Hi, Max. How are you, man?
It is good. Yeah. How are you?
I'm good also. I'm good. I closed the client, onboarded him like tomorrow.
Yeah,
yesterday,
I saw that. Congratulations. Good work.
I have got some, I have 2 more clients on a standby. The one client is like, he was closed in like just 6 minutes on the call.
Oh, really?
And, yeah, I have the recording. I'm going to say as soon as I get the money, I'm going to upload the recording on YouTube.
Awesome. 6 minutes.
Okay.
That's a quick
one.
Max
6 to 7 minutes max. And his card is not working, and he's not we can start, but you cannot run ads without cards, and his PayPal and cards is not working on the Facebook ad, like Facebook. So that's why we haven't onboarded him yet. Also, I have got an objection yesterday that I've dropped my price. Like I have showed the value stack, and I said my price is $2,000. But the problem was he said we have to revisit the numbers, and he was keep saying that. I was get frustrated, and yeah. So what should I do? As you said, you should choose. So I did I did it to I revised the number and I did to 1,500, but yeah, it didn't work. He said you have to revise, and he said $700. We cannot do work.
No, I would stand stand your ground on your price. And, you know, if he tried to like get a deal on a deal on a deal on a deal on a deal, then you just have to like stand your ground. If he doesn't take it, then, you know, just continue to the next one, essentially. So
yeah, I was feeling like bad, like why did I do that?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
Also,
fine.
yeah. So I was just trying to onboard, like I like when I onboarded the client, I have a media buyer who's working in solar niche like for 2-3 years.
Yeah.
And the problem is like I onboarded him, I got the access to their ad account, but I don't know who media buyer is. Like he's in India and I know him, like he is working in the solar niche. But problem is like I've added into I have added the media buyer into my business manager. Is it a good thing, or like I should have like remove him from the business, my business manager, to just the ad account of client?
So you add the media buyer to your business manager, and then you add your business manager as a partner to your client's business manager.
No, I'm sorry. No.
That's how you should do it, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you just okay.
So basically just search for like a YouTube video, like how to be added as a partner into a Facebook business manager account.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I should add my client as a partner in my business manager.
No, you should add yourself as a partner into their business manager.
Okay. Got.
Yeah.
And my media buyer, like should my media buyer should be in like my business manager, or he should have access of only ad account?
He should be added into your business manager as a person. So you yourself and the media buyer in your business manager, and then your business gets invited as a partner to your client's business manager. That makes sense.
Got you. So I have to do this, and I haven't got any like the client. My client is like he doesn't own a company. He's an independent solar contractor. So how should we like set up their funnels and all this? Which domain? How, like they don't have any website?
Yeah. So if I would recommend that you work on with businesses who are established, because then they normally have all of that stuff sorted. But if it's a client who's starting up, then you can help them to set up a website, help them to set up a domain, and so on and so forth. But it's going to be easier for you going forward just working with businesses who are already established. For example, we're only working with businesses making at least $1 million per year.
Yeah, great, man. I'm going to do that also. I did that. Like, I did it. Like, I had a client, I had a meeting. Like, I said my price like $3,000, like double it. Like,
yeah.
And he agreed. He didn't say anything. Like, he agreed. He said like, I like the way.
Awesome.
Like, we are going to onboard him soon. Like.
Awesome. Yeah, I hear that you're excited, and continue to keep us up to date inside of the Facebook group as well on how it goes.
For sure,
I'm excited to hear. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. Thank you.
No worries.
Bye.
Let's see. Let's continue with okay, so I haven't talked with, I know that let's hear. Mohammed has been waiting for a long time, and Aziz has been waiting for a long time as well. So let's start with you, Mohammed.
Hey Max, how are you, man?
Hey, it's good. Sorry for keeping
man.
you
Yeah,
waiting.
I have a new laptop. Like my laptop's getting fixed right now, so I just didn't know if the functions were working properly.
Got you.
Yeah. How's your new year? Was it all good? Holidays went well?
Yeah, it was good. I'm pumped up for this new year. So you too?
That's good. That's good to hear, man. So I just had a sales call yesterday, and the clients were really interested in the service. And I think I did tell you that I had a media buyer and all that, but one thing that they were all good with the price and nothing was wrong with the price. I think the problem was there was no proof. I had proof of concept in Australia, US, and UK, but I don't have proof of concept in the market in New Zealand.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of made them want to do, like, that's what kind of made them hesitant on the price. So what do you think could be a good package I could put together for them where it would be a trial, but I would also be able to pay my media buyer at the same time? Because obviously, like, I wouldn't want to do a free trial because I got to pay the media buyer as well. So what would be like a good package where I could pay the media buyer, but it could also be a lower price for them. And then after that, they said they're happy to pay. They just want to see how it works out in the New Zealand market.
Yeah, what you can do, either you can negotiate with your media buyer and see that, hey, we have a potential client here. They're a great client. They're, you know, they're pretty bit worried about your previous experience or our previous results because we don't have that. But if we offer a 14-day free trial, we might close them. And then both you and me, Mr. Media Buyer, can make some money for the long term. So you can ask him, like, are you willing to work for free for 2 weeks? I'm not going to make any money. You're not going to make any money. But if you land them, we're both going to make money. So you can either go that route, or you can ask the media buyer, or you can like tell the client that, hey, you know, I'm working with a team. I can't do it for free, but I can do it like bare minimum for like 2 weeks. Like if you're paying your media buyer $800 or 600 or whatever it is, you can tell them I can do it for 600 for 2 weeks. And then after that, it's like the full price if you like it or not.
Okay, yeah. Because they did mention to me that they can pay for like 1 month, but I told them, you know, 1 month probably wouldn't be enough time to generate the results. So I said, maybe you can pay for 1 month and go on for 2. So have like one month free trial and the next month can be paid, just so that there's enough time to be able to generate leads and appointments in that specific time.
Yeah.
So do you think that would work as a good package? Just so I could cover the costs of the media buy. I probably wouldn't pocket anything in that sense, but later on after the trial's done, because they told me, I was also speaking to the branch manager and they said like if everything went successful here, they could give me another deal in another area. So then I would have 2 deals. So it would work well that way.
Yeah. No, like I've been doing that from the beginning, but I like to like, you know, I have my contract. I ask for 90 days or 120 days. I ask for $2,000 to $3,000 to $3,500 per month, or maybe even $4,000 per month, depending on the different packages, etc. But you kind of have that thing set, and then you just continue to offer that until you find the right client. And in the beginning, you can lower your terms and have a shorter period and lower price and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And that's good. I feel like there's a place for that in the beginning because you learn, you get a client, you kind of get your water or your feet wet, and et cetera, et cetera. But over time, you learn that it's just easier to work with easier clients. It's just you keep them for longer. You know, they have more money to invest. They want to grow. So
I think price definitely wasn't a factor. Like they were happy to pay the price. It's just the proof of concept in New Zealand. So I think if I get this first client and I generate the proof of concept, then I probably wouldn't do something like this again. But I can just charge the monthly retainer with like confidence, right?
Sounds like a plan. I like it.
Yeah. I'm also had a question. You know that sales call you had, I think a month ago or something before Christmas, that they were paying you on commission. How did that go, by the way?
No, we didn't go for it. I was looking into. No, I didn't want to go for it. I'm pretty close contact with, or I think we're talking about the same person.
Yeah, it was on YouTube. It was like an hour 20 long.
Yeah. No, I think I know which one you're talking about. No, we didn't onboard that one. Actually, I kind of let that one ran out of in the sand or whatever you call it, like because we need to I want to be able to track everything with like a tool like Hyros or something like that. And I am pretty close contact with the people who are in the back end there, like Matteo, for example, who runs mediabuyer.com. He is working with them, and I was going back and forth with him a little bit, and I didn't figure it out, so I didn't go for it. And then we got another client, and then it kind of just ran out of the sand. So to answer your question. But it is a very interesting thing. I do want to figure that out because you can make a lot of money. Like we have one client paying us $4,000 per month just for one area right now. And they went from like 15 to $30 million last year, and we're still just getting paid 4K. So it's like and they were only doing print before, and now they're only doing Facebook ads. So it's like if I were getting commission on that, I don't know how much money I could have made. Like
because it kind of makes it unlimited, right? Just like the amount you're able to make is literally unlimited with the commission agreement. And Max, I think that's it. I appreciate your time for answering the question.
Cool. Yeah, no worries. Good stuff. Let's do Aziz now. Aziz.
Hey Max, how's it going?
Hey, it is good. We haven't talked before, right? I've seen you in the group a lot, but haven't.
I think I missed the last one because of school, but the one the Q&A call before we talked.
Awesome.
I was actually going to ask you about the interview as well, the commission part. I have a meeting at 8, and she did not want to do a flat retainer, and she wanted to like a pay on booked appointment or something.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you about that one, but
yeah.
No.
I've never done that model myself, like, and on that sales call that I recorded as well, like we were negotiating back and forth on how to do it. I know that a lot of people do cost per lead and cost per appointment. And there's even a specific business model that some agencies use where they, let's say I'm the agency, I run all of the advertising under my own brand. I don't do it under my client websites or pages or anything like that, but I just generate all of the leads to myself. And then I sell the leads to different clients. It's kind of like Home Advisor or the lead website essentially. And there's people doing that way. I generate leads for, maybe I generate a lead for $20 and then I sell for $40 to like multiple different people. I don't like to do it that way because it's, it doesn't build my client's brand. It's duplicate leads, but it can be very profitable, etc. But I think what you're talking more about right now is just to use their page and everything, generate the lead for them, and then you get paid per lead.
Yeah. Exactly, per booked appointment.
Yeah. I've never done it myself personally, but I think it can be, if you can let a client that way and just test it out and kind of see what the numbers are. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because I've noticed a lot of basically solar companies owners, they're really scared to like get in on the pay upfront because they've been scammed. So I figured, or maybe I should just do like a 2-week free trial or 30-day free trial. And then they pay after we've given them the results.
You can do something like that as well. And again, I know that I said it a lot, but it also goes back to the business that you're talking to. If you're talking to a business that are making more money, that are more established, spending $2,000 or $3,500 per month to a guy that they believe in, that is looking, they have something that they haven't tried before, they look very ambitious or seem very ambitious. And maybe they have an advertising spend of like 50K right now and spending another 3,500 on some up and coming guy that seems very interesting. It's like nothing to them. So yeah,
I'm definitely gonna look up to it more. All right, thanks.
Cool, no worries. Good stuff. All right, Ahmad.
Hey Max, how's it going?
Hey, it is good. How are you?
Just a quick question. Would you recommend media buyers? Is it really necessary for beginners, like in the SMMA niche?
Yeah, so I can just tell you my story super quick. Why I hired media buyer, because when I started, I got my first client, Nolan's Roofing. They paid me $3,500 per month, and that was the exact same story there that I just told. That they had an advertising spend $50,000 per month, a top 100 roofing contractor in the US. I closed them. I got the client. I was going to do everything myself. I had gone through some Facebook ads courses. I built like a landing page with click funnels I used back then, and I started to drive traffic. I built a campaign, and it didn't work at all. Like it went to shite everything. So I got pretty scared. I got nervous, and then I was like, what am I going to do? So I should find somebody who can actually do this. I found a guy from England called Thomas. He's a media buyer. I paid him $600 out of the $3,500 that I got. He was a genius. We got great results. And that's how I learned to run my ads as well. So that's why I talk about that in the course as well, that if you can do it yourself, that's great. But in the beginning, if you want to learn exactly how to do ads for your specific niche, it can help yourself a lot if you just find a media buyer who knows how to do it. And then you just log into the ad account and see how we do things, what landing pages does he use, what ad copy does he use, what targeting does he use. And then you just learn from him, so, or her for that matter as well. So
okay, but so let's say I want to like get a client for like booked appointments from leads. How much should I like ask for them at the end of the month?
So if you like, how much should you sell your services for? Is that what you ask? Or?
I used to sell them for like about 2,000, but I want to like lower it down because a lot of clients, they just don't want to pay that much.
Yeah.
For the service.
Sorry to interrupt, but what niche are you in right now?
I'm in med spas.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a lower ticket service, right? I don't know how much they sell their services for, but I think it's a lower ticket service. And I think you can get leads for a lot cheaper than like roofing, let's say, because I think Cam is getting leads for like a couple of pounds, a couple of dollars. So if they don't want to spend maybe $1,000 per month ad spend is more than enough for them. And we talked about this on the last call as well. Maybe a good route for those type of clients can be to sell SaaS. And High Level has a SaaS thing where you don't sell high ticket services, but you can help them to utilize High Level, and they just pay you $500 per month, and you can send that, or you can sell that to a lot of people instead.
Sorry, can I interrupt on that one?
Yes, please.
There's a software, I think, as well called OpEx, which you can integrate to the SaaS model as well. And they basically handle the entire advertisement for the clients in like 3 clicks. So you can just sell that module. I've seen a lot of people succeeding in that one. So it's definitely worth checking out. Sam Carlson on YouTube or just Facebook, you can check him out.
Yeah.
What's it called again?
OpEx.
Yeah, it's cool, right? When you have OpEx, when you sell SaaS, because it's like you just integrate it and you can build templates, I think. So they're just like, I want to run this ad, and you can prepare the templates for your clients, and they can launch the campaigns from within High Level as well. So it's very easy. The downside, the reason why, because I looked into it, the reason why I don't want to do it is because I think you can only do Facebook lead forms right now, and you can't do a landing page. Yeah, so that's one thing. And then also, no, but I'm for SaaS, I'm a big believer in it. It's just that if you sell like higher ticket service and you do everything for them and you want to do landing pages, then you can't really do it. But it's a cool thing for sure.
Just one more question.
Yep.
So for your first clients, did you manage to like get them what you were supposed to get, or did you make nothing?
Yeah, so when I sold my first client, it was basically, I just showed them what I could do. And I told them I want $3,500 per month. So I didn't have any, I'm going to get you X amount of leads or X amount of booked appointments or anything like that. I basically just had a pitch deck. I just showed them, here's what I'm going to be able to do for you guys, or this is what I'm going to do. And this is going to cost this much. And Greg Nolan, the owner of that business, was like, huh, okay, makes sense. Let's try it out. Let's get to work. And then we just got to work. So. And in the beginning, the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it was super bad. I had like leads for $150, but then I found Thomas and we got great results, and they ended up expanding to multiple areas with us all over Florida. So a media buyer can be worth a lot of money.
Okay. It's because like I'm kind of like hesitant about like offering them, let's say 10 booked appointments at the end of the month, and I might like not get them the appointments.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Max.
Yeah. No worries. I think I unmuted somebody by mistake there. But okay, who's let's hear. Who I haven't talked to. Yeah, let's do Nicholas. Let's go. You was out walking before, right? Get some fresh air.
I was going to class. I had a group meeting and then okay, so basically right now we have all the foundation, everything is set up. Now it's just more outreaching. We've been outreaching, getting that client. So when we do on the onboarding call, what are like the key, while we're taking them through the High Level, right? What are like the key focuses that we need to hit during that call, like so that we don't get distracted? We just say, okay, look, this is what you need essentially. Here are the things that you can look at, pipeline, all of that. Like,
yeah,
you sort of see what I'm saying.
Like key points for the onboarding call as a whole, or just mainly for High Level?
Mainly, I guess both. Yeah, both.
Okay. Have you done the onboarding process kind of as I talked about in the course, that you get a payment, they sign the contract, and then you send like a Google form? Have you done that?
Right. Like, yeah. So all of that. And then once they're on the call, right, and we're walking through the High Level process, sort of on that call, okay, we're going to hit this, and like, what do we show them? Like, okay, we need your login credentials, this, etc.
Yes. So before the call, you set up the sub account and you invite the owner before the onboarding call, so they have the login details. And
okay, that way they're walking through with us.
Yeah, so what we do is that I always get them we jump on a Zoom call, they share their screen and they log into the account. And then on Zoom, when you share your screen or somebody else has shared the screen, you can annotate. So you can click on a button and then you can get like an arrow where you can show them where to click. So I use that.
Okay.
And then we just go through it. Basically, I don't go through everything, but I show them on the onboarding call. I basically get them to set up what we need to get set up. So for that is, on the dashboard, they have this thing that they can go through, like in the beginning, like connect their Facebook page is one thing, connect their Google My Business page is another thing that I show them. I also show them quickly about how the conversations tab work. like here's where messages are going to come in. I also mention the pipeline very quickly, but I also tell them that you don't need to learn all of this right now because I'm going to send you a video before we go live. And then also I go into the settings, and then I just make sure that we have all of the correct information there, like their business address is correct. All of the custom values and custom fields are correct that we can put in there. And also make sure that we go through the calendar settings because they know their own calendar settings. So what times and what days can they get booked appointments? And also under integrations, we make sure that we add their Google Calendar essentially.
Simple.
Yeah. So just walk through, basically just walk through the main things that you need them to set up from their end. And you don't feel like you need to explain everything. Yeah.
Right. And I have that checklist as well that I can refer to. One other thing, as far as media buyer, on mediabuyer.com. So let's say I do buy like the $500 for the 1 year.
Yeah.
That gives me access to X amount of people, or do they have TikTok media buyers in there as well, or how does that work?
Yeah, so here's the thing. Like I'm talking with Mentee a lot, and their light version just it launched like how long is it? Like 2 weeks ago, something like that. And when I talk about media buyer in the course, they haven't even launched the light version yet. So I just know Matteo is an awesome guy, and they launched his platform. I was like, hey, this is like a platform that people should check into. So we're looking into the platform right now. But basically how it works, it's like an Upwork for media buyers essentially. So there's a ton of media buyers signing up, and they have a cheaper fee, and then it's for the agencies a little bit more expensive, and you can find them and connect with them.
But you would say they have like TikTok? Because I put the job template on Upwork, and I mean I got 2 people, but I mean they're I don't know, they're just starting out, and I need something more professional, you know. For us. So are those types of clients in media buyer, are they more advanced, or?
They are really good media buyers. Like they have a more expensive plan as well, but the light, I think the difference between the most expensive one and or VIP or whatever they call it and the light is that they don't vet the media buyers for the light as much, but they're still like solid media buyers. The ones who are in the VIP thing, they're super vetted. Like they don't have to spend more than X amount of millions of dollars, and they're really, really good. So they have a very high standard. So yeah, but yeah, it's an awesome, they know what they're doing for sure.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's really our only thing is getting that media buyer. Just so, I mean, obviously we don't need testimonials, but testimonials help, right? And that's all that we're missing right now. So
yeah, and like the deal for $500 per year, it's an awesome one because soon there's going to be $2,300 per year. But even if $500, but even if 500 is too much right now, if people don't want to invest, you can still find media buyers like in Facebook groups and all of that. It's just a bit easier to use like something like a hub like mediabuyer.com. So
yeah. All right, Max, my man. Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. Sorry, Nicole, I would just like to add something. Is that they're extremely reactive on their support. I sent them emails to ask them if they had like French speaking media buyers that do specific services for my own niche, and they answered for the entire he gave me the entire answers. Also, he also told me that they have a pool of exactly 5 French speaking who have experience in my niche and who know how to do this kind of service. Cool. So they're really reactive. I would suggest you send them an email, and they would answer you most likely.
Yeah, that's awesome. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Nice. All right, so I'm gonna take Karim. I'm gonna jump over you on us now because we've spoken before. I'm gonna take Karim first, and then Mark as well. But let's do Karim first.
Hello, Max. How you doing?
It is good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Awesome.
I had like 2 questions, right? So one is basically like, say you work on a commission or a guarantee that you're gonna get him a client.
Yeah.
How do you know that he closes the client or he doesn't?
Yeah, so that's the thing, right? That's the tricky part about it, because you don't have access to their books. So that's why I like to use a management fee, because we get paid that management fee no matter what, essentially. But and we cannot track that. If you help like a SaaS or an e-commerce business, let's say, it's very easy because the sales happens online. So it's very easy to track that. So it's easy to do commissions as well. But if you help a local business, let's say, you might not know if they're making a sale or not, unless you use like a tool like Hyros and they connect their like payment merchant like Stripe, and you can kind of see it there. But it's a lot more hassle to kind of figure that out.
Yeah. Second one is I have a client right now. He wants to onboard everything, but he only wants to spend 500 on ads, and it's solar. So I wanted to do lead forms. Would that work, or is too low?
What niche is it?
Solar.
Solar, yeah. Like again, I've said it before on this call as well. Like, and that kind of 1500 is kind of my lowest barrier, but that's just my opinion, right? So if you have a client and they kind of want to test it out and they want to do $500, I would definitely test it. You know, if you get leads for $20, let's say, you know, you still have a good amount of leads coming in there. So even with $500, so you can try it, but it's kind of too low in the long run. But it's up to you if you wanna onboard them as a client and test it out. If it's worth your time or whatever, then definitely go for it, because it gives you some experience as well. You can get something from it anyways. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
No worries. All right. Let's go to Mark. How's it going?
Hey, Max.
Hey.
How
How's
are
it
you,
going?
man?
It is
I'm
good.
Yeah, man. I had a question, right? So I've been doing this outreach on Instagram and Facebook.
Yep.
But then past 2 weeks, I only had one reply, and then the rest haven't replied to me yet. So I was wondering, do I have to do retargeting? I mean, do I have to do the follow-up messages, right? So that's my question. Or do you leave them and then move on to new clients, to new outreach, or do I have to do sending them messages back and follow up on them and stuff like that?
Do you use the organic tracking sheet that's in the course? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So the first thing that I would see look at as well, if people are not responding, is to see if you can make your the actual message that you're sending people better. Can you make it more personalized? Maybe it's too long. Maybe you can make it shorter. Maybe you're not hitting like a pain point that they care about. Maybe your offer, maybe you don't have a good enough offer. Maybe you can make that better. Maybe what else? Maybe you can implement some type of risk reversal. So, it's like a no-brainer for them to want to talk to you more. But I would definitely follow up with them. If they've replied to you and told you that they're interested and then they kind of ghosted you, then I would just follow up pretty much endlessly until they tell you no, essentially. Because they've shown interest, but they don't respond, then it could be that they just, something else showed up. However, if there's somebody who has not responded to you, maybe I send max, I don't know, 3 to 4 messages or something like that. I don't want to spam them too much, right? And what niche are you in, by the way?
Oh, I'm doing real estate.
Cool.
And these are high ticket, right? Like 6 to 7 figures a year or a month.
Yep. Nice.
Because I feel like the new ones, the new real estate agents have problem with money, finance stuff like that. It's hard for them to invest 1,000 rand on just paid head.
Yeah.
Cool. Is it okay if I add something?
Yes, please.
Mark, the 3 book meetings that I got this week, both the 3 of them actually booked the meeting on either the 5th or 7th follow-up. So the first week I was doing outreach, I didn't book anything. The second week, anything. I was doing a lot of volume, but no follow-ups. As soon as I started doing the follow-ups, people started replying and booking meetings.
I love
that. Just be like Gio, as Max showed in the presentation. Be relentless. Just keep on following up. And just say that if you don't want us to keep messaging you, just tell us and we'll stop.
Yes.
Basically.
So now that
what is your method?
Okay, go on, man.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, what is your method of outreach? Is it cold calling or email or DM?
I'm doing a lot of cold calling, but I'm not trying to close on the first cold call. I just try to get either the owner's name or an email, and then you either call back another day, and you say can I get through to Mark? And it sounds like you know who the owner is, and the front receptionist is more comfortable putting you through. or you get a personalized email and you can like send one email, 2 days later you can follow up, and 2 days later follow up again. So just cold calls are a really good one.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, and Facebook groups are another one that's really awesome.
Yeah.
So
But now the challenge on Facebook, it's really hard to tell when. I mean, on Facebook, actually, you can tell when somebody has read your message, but on Instagram, you can't tell when somebody has read your message. So it's really tricky on Instagram to find to follow up on people. But on Facebook, also people messages goes mostly on spams, right? Like on the other account, where it's spam. So you don't even know if the if the person had received your message or not. So it's a little bit tricky. But on Facebook, tell when somebody opened your message, but maybe it went on spam, maybe they never saw it. On Instagram, it like can't even tell if somebody really saw your message or not.
Yeah, I think Instagram is nice for you, but also LinkedIn for is really good for you as well. Yeah.
Okay.
I would try that. Because then you can because then you can use, if you want to invest in the Sales Navigator, you can only get a huge like backlog or list of potential prospects and then start reach out them there. You can find their phone number. I know there's a ton of scraping tools that you can use as well if you want to find the phone numbers. I don't know exactly which one to use, but I think LinkedIn,
There's one called Phantom Buster. It's a 2-week free trial.
Nice.
On something called Phantom Buster, and then the LinkedIn Sales Navigator, there's a 30-day free trial, so you don't have to pay. Just
Phantom
use
Buster, what a name.
Yeah. Phantom Buster. There's also like there's another one. I'll put it in Facebook, and you guys can see it. So.
Perfect.
There's also extensions on Google Chrome where you can scrape the Google Maps lists and then into Excel and just does.
Okay.
Awesome.
So are you guys? I should change. I should either. I should not do the outreach on Facebook and Instagram. I should change the platform.
Well, if Instagram is working better, I would just continue with that. Or if you try LinkedIn as well, if it's working better, then I would stick with that. You can also do the cross-platform thing where you maybe like identify them on LinkedIn, you know who they are, and then you reach out to them on all the platforms. So you can try that as well. Yeah.
Same message.
No, I would just make it personalized. Just make sure that it's not like copy paste thing, because then people, it's just, you don't like that, right? So just make it personalized and.
So it should be a different message on Instagram, and then a different one on Facebook, and a different one on Instagram.
You can use the same pitch and offer, right? If you have an offer, you can, but I would still kind of maybe word it a bit differently. If you send them on LinkedIn and they didn't reply, instead of just copy pasting the same thing on Instagram, I would like, hey, I tried to reach you on LinkedIn, yada, 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 but I talked about this, and then you can just reiterate it. But yeah.
Cool. Thanks a lot, man.
No, no worries.
All right.
Excited to see where it goes. Nice. Let's do Jonas now, and then because
Yo, what's up, Max?
There we go. Hey, nice to see you. We talked before as well.
Yeah.
You're dropping some value bombs and some good success stuff in the group as well. It's awesome to see.
Yeah, it's going better. The hard work is paying off.
That's good, man.
But I was just wondering, what like, do you do paid ads for your agency? Because I'm thinking about starting doing ads for myself. Do get warm leads? Like, what are your thoughts?
Sure.
How's it going for you how's it going for you?
Yeah, so we've been running cold ads like continuously for a long time. Actually, now what we've done is that we don't do as many cold ads. Right now, we just have a retargeting campaign up. And what we're doubling down on this year is just the referral thing, essentially. So what we're offering our clients right now is that if they refer a client or a call that becomes a new client, we're going to pay that person $500 every single month. So it's a pretty nice offer. We also offer our clients $500 off one time for if they give us a video testimonial. So we're doing that. And so we're more doubling down on the referral thing because we don't want to expand and have too many clients. We have that cap. So it just makes more sense to have our clients just refer people. It's easier, it's better calls and easier sales essentially. So yeah. And
but
better
like
clients as well.
But when you were like running ads, right?
Yeah.
Like we're getting a lot of meetings through that. Because I'm thinking about it a lot.
And what's your niche now again? Please remind me.
I do plastic surgeons.
Yeah. So like do cold ads definitely work. It's I would just make sure that you have do like a conversion campaign, do a VSL funnel as we have in the course as well. It's working great. Yeah. make sure that you A/B test the landing page. And it's really about the targeting as well, to play around with the targeting. You can find different interests. So maybe you do, yeah, it becomes a little bit more complex when you do like a nationwide campaign versus just a local campaign for your clients. But yeah. And I want to create more content about that as well, how to do traffic into the VSL funnel, because that's how I scaled my agency as well. Yeah. So, but yeah,
So
it's good. It's good that you think about it now, that you start making some more money to reinvest it into ads. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. Like my plan is to do paid ads, right? Send them to a ClickFunnels where I basically qualify them, ask them some questions, because I don't want to have meetings with like not qualified people.
Yeah.
So get some qualified leads, you know, since they're already warm, since they come to me, it's easier to close them as well.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I was thinking about testing that out, and yeah, I just wanted to get your opinion on.
Yeah. Are you already doing retargeting?
No, I'm not even doing any ads for myself right now.
You should definitely start doing retargeting like right now, and just spend like $10 per day or something like that. And set up the VSL funnel, or if you want to do any other type of funnel, that's up to you, but definitely do retargeting. That's going to help you a lot. So yeah.
Yes, I'll test that out. Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, good stuff. Exciting stuff.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank
you. All right. Let's do the two final question here, Anas and then Frederick, and then we're a bit, then I have to go to the gym and get my ass moving a bit as well, right?
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah, it is.
So the question is about reactivation campaigns. I think you've already done it. So how do you scrape the information about their old clients?
Yeah, so yeah, so you're in the pool niche. So most likely what they would have is like a project management tool. In the roofing niche, they use like Job Nimbus and AccuLinks. It's basically just a software where, you know, they can do project management tool. They have like all of their photos there, all of their projects there, all of their signed contracts there and everything. And normally they have all of their past clients in there as well. So you can just ask your client, like, do you use a project management tool? Yes. Okay. What the name of that? You can ask them for that as well. And then just ask them if they have a past lead or list of past customers, essentially. And then you can use that. And then it's just as simple as just importing it to a high level and do a campaign.
Okay, I see. And what about A/B testing? Can you do it without the SaaS mode, or you definitely need the SaaS mode?
I thought that you could. When I record because I've been having the SaaS mode since I signed up like years ago with high level. So I thought it was included in the $297 plan, but it's not. So if you want to do A/B testing, you need the SaaS plan. And to be honest, it's like one of the most powerful things, because if you have a campaign and you're getting clicks for, let's say, $1 or $2, instead of trying to improve the campaign and make that better, which can be tough, if you just can make an A/B test using the exact same landing page that we use for roofing and that Johan Sands had for his that he showed on the if you just do an A/B test, change out the background, and you can go from like 5% conversion rate to 15 or 20, and now you've quadrupled your amount of leads. So it's very powerful.
Okay, thank you. One last question. It's a little bit same to come question. It's like if I try to help them to close better, I need to know if there is like a script for my clients for when they like call the prospects that didn't take
a call.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So is there like a way in order for them to just approach that without sounding like you know, a bit too much?
Yeah, you mean like for the appointment set, right? To just get the appointment set. Yeah, because I'm 100% sure that they do like an in-home sale type of thing where they go and meet the homeowner, they check the yard.
Exactly.
But yeah, so this is also a reason why it's easier to work with clients who already make a bit more money, because they are already established. So they already have a process in place. So you don't really have to coach them on that. But like what our clients do is that they just qualify them essentially. You know, they get the lead coming in, they call the homeowner, and then because they also want to qualify their leads. Like, is this actually a homeowner who has the money, who is in our area? Do they actually want a pool, or do they just want to repair a pool? et cetera, et
Yeah,
cetera,
yeah.
et cetera. So they just have like a questionnaire of questions that they ask to qualify the lead. Yeah.
Okay, it's amazing. Thank
Yeah.
you a lot, Max.
No worries.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, cool. All right, Frederick.
Yeah, I just want to say quickly, first off, it's so much value, these Q&As. I really learned a lot also about the ads and everything in this call. So
Yeah, I
quickly,
enjoy it a lot myself as well. When people share the screen, it's awesome. I like it myself personally as well.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So a quick update for me. So I switched my niche to specifically targeting US because you said that to me last time.
Yep,
and then doing
cool.
HVAC companies, so heat, ventilation, and air conditioning.
Yep.
And then I'm curious to know, like, how long did it actually take you to get your first client? Like, did you do a lot of cold calling, a lot of emailing? What did you do, and how long did it take?
Yeah, so I did a cold calling. I used basically what I did is that I went to Google and I searched like roofer in Florida, and then I had like a Chrome extension called Link Clump, I think it was called. So you can just, instead of opening all of the different tabs, you can just kind of highlight all of the pages and you get the website. And then I took those links, I put them into a tool like hunter.io, I think, and then I got all of the emails. And then I just blasted out emails like the old way, as I talk about in the course, right? And I sent, hundreds of emails per day, didn't really work. And then just out of the blue, after like 30, I don't know how long it's like 30, 45, I think I've said it before as well, like 30 to 45 or 60 days, I got a booked call with Greg Nolan from Nolan's Roofing. I was like, oh, check them up, top 100 roofing contractor, jumped on a sales call, did the sales call over Skype. So it's just a normal phone call. And I also did a presentation later, I think, and I sent him a video or whatever, but he just signed up essentially, and I got my first client. So, but I was committed when I started because I had just got I was working for a mentor of mine, and I got paid. He was doing Amazon affiliate marketing, and I was kind of doing this SMMA thing on the side because I wanted to do it or get some clients. And I basically stopped working with him. So I was like, okay, I don't have any income now. I just need to make it work. So I had like a sign on the door. It said like, you have two options now, like make it work or make it work. And I just worked all day and I got my first client. And then from there, I just continued. So, yeah.
Sure. My process
Consistency is king.
What?
Sorry?
Consistency is king. 45 to 60 days. A lot of people quit after like a month. So
yeah. And then I got hit in the face again because the results, I didn't get results. And then you have to find a media buyer. There's always things to figure out. So, and I didn't have any community like this to like talk to other people. I was like alone. I had no idea what to do. So I think it's very powerful to just jump on these calls as well. So just listen to people, rub shoulders with people and ask for help. So it's going to be awesome to see what you guys can achieve in like pretty quick time. Actually, it's going to be weird to see this year how much people, yeah, it's going to be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so quickly, just my process is calling in the evening because that aligns with the US time zone, and I focus on the East Coast in US, and then I get the emails on the cold call, usually or the number sometimes, and then I just make a what's called personalized email in the morning, and then when it's like 2 p.m. in Denmark, I start calling again. So I hope that's gonna work, and soon I'll get a client.
That's awesome. Yeah, and nice there that you go to US as well. I think that's a better market. You niche down, you know the process as well. Just get the client. Or are you going for management fee or like results based or like
no monthly fee?
Cool. Yeah.
2,000.
I like it. I like that. Yeah.
But I thought about making like a setup fee when I eventually get a client onboard a client. I'll do a setup fee and then free 14-day trial. And then after a month, like, okay, now we start $2,000.
Yeah.
That was my thought.
Yeah. And also keep in mind, if it's a bigger client and you also, you ask them when they book a call, how much money they make. And maybe you ask like the spin questions during the call. And if you notice that, hey, this is a client that's spending a lot of money into advertising, don't offer the free trial. Just tell them how much it is. And if you're speaking with a client that maybe is not making as much, or you feel like maybe they can't afford you, then you can offer the free trial. So,
okay. Yeah.
So that's something to keep in mind as well. Cool. Awesome. We have Jake in here as well. I've seen you. We haven't talked about it. Just wanted to say hi to you as well.
Yeah, no, what's up? I just been kind of sitting here listening.
Yeah, cool. Are you from the
Taking
US?
it all in, Yeah, US, northern state, Minnesota.
Awesome. Are you running an agency right now or just starting it or?
Yeah. Actually, I'm just kind of sitting here taking it and kind of trying to get back on track, if I'm being honest. I've been at it for like 2 months and really haven't. I mean, I haven't gotten a client yet, so it's the mental game. It's been tough.
Have you a
But no,
specific niche or service or?
Yeah. So car detailers, and then with that, it's kind of a lower ticket service. But in that ceramic coating, that can go anywhere from like $600 to $1,000 per booked appointment. So I'm trying to focus on that.
Yeah.
But it's just been tough. It seems like SMMA has grown. It's kind of like drop shipping a couple years ago. If you look anywhere, it's growing so fast. And within like everyone I'm DMing, I'm gonna try to focus more on cold calling. I feel like everyone is out there DMing right now, and it's making it tough because everyone I talk is like, no, we don't want it, because I've already gotten 100 messages today of that. So I'm like, I think cold calling is a better way to do it, because as a beginner, the way I look at it, it's a lot easier to sit in DM and send out the same script 100 times versus calling. And not many people are calling, I feel like. So I think I still get transitioned into that. But
cool.
Yeah,
because
it's a mental game right now.
We haven't talked before, right?
No. I got invited to the group like 2 weeks ago, and I've been busy with school.
Yeah.
But no, so we'll be good from here on out.
Because I just rang a bell when you say the car detailing, because I know there's one guy at least that I talked to who also does that. But
sure.
Yeah, that's cool. But I made a post about it in the Facebook group as well. In the beginning, especially, there's a lot of mental things going on, or like mental games going on, because you think you're not getting results because of A, B, and C. But the thing is that everybody's going through it essentially. So if you just stick to it, like consistency is king, as I said. So if you just stick to it and have a good niche and have a good offer and just trust it, then it normally just plays out. But
yeah, for sure. And I mean, I think like this Q&A call is like a huge thing. Just sitting here, like, actually, it's different watching video versus being in an actual call and like seeing everyone and talking to everyone. It's like actually like makes it realistic.
Yeah.
But
feel free to reach out personally as well if you have any questions or anything, and that goes for everybody. So it's easier for me, obviously, to do it on the calls, but
yeah, for sure. Like, I know it sounds stupid, like even seeing you comment on the video, like responding back to me, it's like just the little things, it means a lot.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean when I do the same thing. So, but it is a lot of messages sometimes, and it's tough, but
100%.
Yeah.
And like I said in my video, what you're doing is awesome. Like I said, I started with Agency Navigator, Iman Gadget's course, like 4 or 5 months back, and what you got going on is pretty sweet. Like, I don't even, I paid $1,000 for that course, and I don't even look at it anymore. I mean, I went through it months ago, but like I don't even go through it. Like I'm looking through yours way more, so it's awesome.
Cool. Appreciate it. Yeah, and like Iman is doing, like I don't know the guy, but and I haven't gone through his course either. I've been through a lot of courses, but I'm sure he offers ton of value to people as well. Yeah, I really like the course that I've done as well. It's gonna be awesome to see what everybody can achieve with that as well. It's gonna be awesome, and I do believe that it's very important to jump on the calls, like, because it kind of gets you're rubbing shoulders with people, and you kind of see what they say and all that stuff. So,
right, 100%.
Cool. All right. Should we end it there for today? It was a pleasure talking with you guys, and feel free again to reach out to me personally if there's anything, and if not, then we speak next week. So, all right.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, have a good day.
Have a good one.
Thank you, Max.
Have a good one.
Goodbye, Max.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.